All right. Mr. Deadman of the Deadmanstome podcast here, along with Becky and SK. How are you guys doing?
It's Friday Eve, man.
Friday Eve.
Yay.
That's the spirit. That's the freaking
Yeah.
spirit.
It is.
A better way to look at it is that Friday better get here right now because I want to get drunk. Because...
Well, I'm looking at the clock and you only have a couple hours to go, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. But you have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. And the reason I'm saying this is because we have a release party tonight. Tonight we are celebrating a release party for Dallas Mullican, who's on the show with us here. How's it going, Dallas? A busy week.
Yeah, trying to get everything going for the big release here.
Okay. Well, we're going to get
the release party is going good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it is going very well. Had a blast.
It is.
Our party's going very well. We've sold some books. And
Oh, yeah, that's great. You know what?
Yeah, that's always fun, eh?
You know what I want to do for you, Dallas Mullican? You know what I want to do? With these release parties, I like to sell books. Last time I did this, I had it where I took a shot of whiskey or something. I don't know what I was shooting. Every time we sold a book. Every time. You know? But today's not Friday, but so it's your call. If you want me to do that, I'll do that. What we'll do is on this show right now, every time someone can prove that they ordered a copy, they have to prove it though. They have to show us that they actually ordered. I will take a shot.
How are they going to do that on the release party?
Yeah,
Can you show? Go
it's
ahead.
already on the release party site. There's a whole row of people posting their receipts that you've already got to drink.
Oh, no. We're starting now. We're starting right now.
Oh, you are so
We're starting
screwed.
right now.
You're behind.
Well, guess what?
Well, guess what?
I just bought a copy.
Oh, okay.
take a
Well,
drink.
I guess that's one.
Big
That's one.
boy.
That's one. All right. Okay. I'll take a drink.
I'll
So,
contribute to your delinquency.
but because it's Thursday, I'm gonna be taking shots of beer. So look at that.
Ah, you cheat, man.
Come on. All right. I'll bring out the whiskey too. Don't
You cheated.
worry. Hey. Hey, we get more sales. You buy his book and you show it. Just take a screenshot of the order or what have you, and I'll start breaking out the Gentleman Jack, okay? It's right here on the desk. It's looking at me.
How many copies of the paperback can I buy?
I don't think Dallas is going to complain. Buy as many as you want, Becky. You know, just keep this going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no limit on how many you can buy.
Look at that.
But there is a limit on how much Jesse can drink.
I tell you what. We get to 5. I'll break out the Gentleman Jack. We got to make it worth it. Okay.
Yeah, like you have a real job to go to tomorrow anyway.
Right. Yeah. Oh man, I like this. So during the show, we're also going to look at the release party on on Facebook. Look at the comments, what's going on there. We have some discussions, some caption contests. So we'll comb through those. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be great. Before we get started though, before we get into the release party, a few announcements. One, Real Monsters tomorrow. Right, SK?
Yes. The Vampire of Dusseldorf, Peter Curtin.
Wait a second. Is that a Harry Potter character? Is this for real?
This is for real. This guy is one of the most heinous human beings to ever walk the earth. For real.
Wow.
I need to know about this guy. He sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like we need to have him as a guest on the podcast. If we could.
Well, that might be a
no.
little tough, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And the other announcement. And that's tomorrow night at 9:30. And is Is Kelly going to be on?
No.
No?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
not this time.
Oh, dang it. But, all right. Still a good show. I'll tune in. Last thing I want to announce is, the private shows. We're working on the private shows. We just have to nail down the dates. It'll be set. We're looking at 3 new private shows coming up, but it's going to be exclusive to patrons. So you have to go to patreon.com/deadmanstome, pledge at least $1, and you'll be able to access these shows. And you're definitely going to want to, because it's going to be, me taking random shots of random liquids for my wife. And she asked me to ask you guys
So gross.
that y'all can actually suggest what she sends me or what she gives me in these shots. Meaning that you guys have the total option. It's total open for you guys to troll me on
Is
this.
strychnine an option?
And okay.
Strychnine's an option?
Yeah, I think so.
No! Oh, God. Oh, my God.
He said anything, right, President? Come on.
Well, understand
Oh, my
that just
God.
because we suggest it doesn't mean it'll happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, no.
Mrs. Deadman will exercise veto power,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. So she's not going to be feeding me bleach or Fabuloso or something, you know.
oh, how many
Or bull balls.
Bon Ami.
Tide Pods can you eat in an hour?
iPods?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but
Tide Pods.
Tide Pod.
Tide Pods. Let's find out. Tide
Your
Pod challenge.
poop will smell springtime fresh.
But that's a private show, guys. So, but that's coming in the future. Coming in the near future. All right. Anything else, Becky?
Dallas sold 2 paperbacks. Yeah.
Just
What?
now? Just now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 more shots. All right. So
Did
that's
you ever do the cinnamon challenge?
No, I wouldn't let him.
Okay.
But Becky's not my mom, so you know what that means.
I will tell your mama that you got your ass crack waxed.
Bad decisions, they just seem to come in, and I'll just do them.
It's because you're susceptible to peer pressure. That's what it is.
Yeah,
SK,
like
you figured me out.
Chocolate covered tarantulas.
Especially us, and we really like that you are susceptible to us.
Maybe it's all an act.
Keep it up.
Maybe it's all an act,
Well,
SK.
chocolate covered tarantulas.
Oh yeah, well that's something I could totally do. Yeah, that's the thing that's going to go on. What James Lester
Church.
We're gonna eat a whole.
Lester.
Yeah, we're gonna eat a whole box of chocolate covered tarantulas.
Oh, not the jalapeno ones?
No, fuck that. No, I need chocolate. Give me chocolate. I told him I'll just eat the whole thing, man. I won't freak out at all. I'll just pick them up, eat them. I can't wait.
He's totally just going to eat potato chips and say it's a spider.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're doing this on camera.
Church ain't doing it on camera.
I bet you Church is gonna. He just don't know it
He's gonna put a mask on.
yet.
Okay.
But he can put a blindfold on or something. But
Yeah.
he is.
All right. So you sold 3 books so far since the beginning of the stream. Wait, I'm not even verifying this. What's the proof, Becky? You got proof? You got images? You got the screenshots?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
You want to see them?
Sure. Send them to me. But once we get to 5, I break out the Gentleman Jack. Okay. Get to 10, I break out the Absinthe. Get to. Damn, I might even go to work tomorrow. Buy his books.
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm putting my liver on the line here.
There you
Buy
go.
his books.
They're in our staff chat. There you go.
Okay.
And it's also posted in the release party.
Oh. Cool. All right. Well, let's get into this new book, Blood for the Dancer. All right, Dallas, what's going on with this new book?
Well, it's looking pretty good so far. The sales have been really good. Reception's been good. Everybody's been super supportive. Had like 200 shares across Facebook. Just had a really good team of people helping me out. And this is my first book self-published. I've been with small presses up till now, and it's been I've enjoyed it, working with the artists and the editors and doing all. It's a lot of work, but you know, if you're going to reap all the rewards, you got to do all the work. And I'm a control freak, so that works out.
Well, that's good though. I mean, so
do you want me to read the blurb for it?
Sure, I don't mind. Yeah, go right ahead, Becky.
Blood for the dancer, dying and trapped in pain. Dustin Wheaton cries out to heaven, but it's a demon who answers. Salvation comes at a price. Dustin must become the demon's most deadly assassin, slaying angels on earth before they can recruit mortal souls into a war that has raged for eons. With the demon fanning his hatred, he is eager to kill those he blames for ignoring his prayers and allowing his parents to die. He travels the world destroying his angelic enemies until sent to face a mysterious woman. The dancer is unlike any foe Dustin has encountered. He finds himself inexplicably drawn to her, and for the first time, he questions his orders. Her claim that his entire life has been a lie threatens to shatter lifelong beliefs and sows doubts about his demon family. Trusting this woman will mean turning his back on those who saved him and gave his life purpose, not to mention place a target on his back for angels and demons alike. Doubting her could mean the end of all humankind.
Oh, man. I like that.
And I have to admit, I have read this, and it is fabulous.
If you want, I can read you a short passage here that tells us how little Dustin gets into this mess in the first place.
Okay, I like that.
Yes.
Let's read that.
Okay, he's suffering some kind of illness, some kind of disease, or
like cancer, or something.
Possibly, he's in a delirium. He's sweating like mad, and just fading in and out, and he goes into like a coma. Gotcha. Has this horrible nightmare or something during his coma, and this is right when he wakes up. He yells out to God and the angels to come and save him from this nightmare, and this is when he wakes up. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Enough. The deep timbre of a male voice rumbled in Dustin's mind. The open, blurry eyes crested at the corners. His chest rocked up and down as he fought to breathe, the lingering sights and sounds of the nightmare warming through his mind. He peered up at the man seated next to his bed, jet black hair and a thin mustache over full red lips. The smile seemed genuine, playful mirth in his ice-colored eyes. His clothes carried the faint scent of smoke and musk. Who are you? Perspiration slicked Dustin's face and chest. He tried to push away from the man, but could not move his stiff, sore muscles. I don't know you. What are you doing in my house? His weakness made him feel vulnerable. He craned his neck to find his mother. She's fine. I merely helped her to rest, said the man. What do you mean? What'd you do to my mom? Dustin kicked rubbery legs against the heavy blankets. His mother slept in a rocking chair near the window. The man stepped close, slid a hand past her face, and her eyes snapped open. She stared at him, confusing, drawing her cheeks taut. With a flourish of his long, elegant fingers, she dropped fast asleep. Dustin again attempted to scurry away and again remained fixed in place. What are you going to do to me? Dustin asked in a whimper. His eyes darted about the room as he fought the desire to yell for help. Jesus appeared apathetic from a cross on the wall, wearing an expression that seemed to say, "Don't look at me, I can't even get myself down."
Okay.
Why, nothing at all. You called, I came. The man's smile widened, showing off brilliant white teeth. I didn't. Dustin shook his head in disbelief. His eyes widened at the recollection dawned on him. You're an angel. You heard my prayer. How dare you? Never. I'm a demon. He stood and offered a slight bow. Amon's the name. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The man waved a hand. No need to be frightened. Forget all the nonsense your priests pontificate. I mean you no harm. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm hoping we might strike a deal. Destin Blanche, you want me to sell my soul? Amon laughed. Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose so. But not in the way you fear. Do not compare me to Mephistopheles and besmirch my integrity. I won't do it. I won't. Destin shook his head in defiance. You are dying, you know. You prayed. Your mother prayed. Did the angels break from their choruses and fly to your aid? No, I answered. Are you going to look a gift horse in the mouth? Amon arched an eyebrow. What would I have to do? Asked Destin, his voice timid. We shall address the particulars at another time. For now, let us get you better. I'll send an associate of mine to teach you what you need to know. Will I have to do evil things? Destin felt queasy and lightheaded. Visions of horned monsters and lakes of fire assailed his mind. Not per se. I suppose it depends on how you look at it. Regardless, I will not ask you to harm humans or do anything you find distasteful. You have my word. The word of a demon? Destin stiffened and as though he feared the man might strike him. Amon placed a hand over his heart. Again, you wound me. I assure you my oath is my bond. If you need time to consider my offer, I can return once the worms have eaten away your corpse. However, contrary to popular belief, we do not work with the departed souls of the unaligned, nor do we reanimate the dead. In other words, it's now or never. The unaligned? A discussion for another day. Amon shrugged and peered at him with an amused expression. I suppose I have no choice. Defeated, Destin hung his head. The prospect of dealing with a demon scared him, but the certainty of dying terrified him. Not if you wish to go on living. Destin gave a reluctant nod, acquiescing to Amon's bargain. The demon stood with a grin and moved close. He held up the index finger of his left hand and praised it for a moment. After retrieving a cigar cutter from his lapel pocket, he placed his finger between the blades. Snip. The lopped-off portion dropped into his palm. Crowned with a sharpened nail that did not bleed, the blood congealing before a single drop spilled. Amon displayed his left hand. 5 digits wiggled into view. Destin gasped, wild-eyed. The demon leaned over him, his new finger tracing along Destin's sternum. He nodded, appearing pleased with the spot, and placed the severed fingernail against quivering skin. With a gentle push, the tip slid downward and disappeared into the heart. It's done, said Amon. What did you do to me? Destin pawed at his chest. You'll feel better soon. My associates shall pay you a visit shortly. Amon sauntered to the door and glanced over his shoulder. Until we meet again. The end of chapter 1.
Oh, man.
Wow. Why? It's at the end.
That is terrific. I mean, the reading and the material, that is a solid book. Now I know why people are buying it so fast.
Dallas is a good writer. Everything he writes is just phenomenal.
I mean, the question is though, Becky and SK, what's y'all's price? Would y'all make that deal?
If you were going to die, if you did, probably.
Okay, what are the terms? What are the terms exactly?
Wait.
Oh,
Wait a minute. You went robotic.
Yeah, he went robotic real fast.
Oh, I'm sorry. Destin doesn't know at this point. He's a kid. He's going to church with his mom. He probably doesn't really understand what any of it means. They're scary things with horns from hell and stuff, so he doesn't know anything about them. And all Amon pretty much says is, I'm going to call on you to do some stuff. I won't ask you to harm humans or do anything you find distasteful, and I'll have an associate of mine come at some point and teach you what you need to do.
So I'm reminded of the wise words of Lando Calrissian. This deal is getting worse by the minute.
But the alternative is dying. I mean, do you want to die?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, everybody thinks they can find a way to cheat the devil, right? They always think that. Everybody thinks they'll find a loophole. They'll find a trick. they'll find a way to cheat the devil. How many times has that actually happened? I think once.
That's kind of a twist in this book is there is no God, there is no devil. These are just simply two races, kind of like, in fantasy worlds you have elves and orcs and Earth's world. Here we have angels, demons, and the unaligned. And they just...
So there's no leaders?
Well, yeah, in their realm, they've been at war for eons and eons, and at some point they found these portals that led to other worlds, and most of the other worlds just, hadn't evolved to be sentient beings. But then they found the human world, and the humans had a spark of the spirit in them, and they could entice them through different means of aligning with one side or the other and fighting for them. Rather than just going into the void, they would be basically reincarnated in this new realm to fight for one side or the other. And then the humans made up all the religious stories about these creatures that they had met. And angels encouraged it because it helped them gain recruits, and the demon side was kind of screwed because they got there later, and they tried things like paganism and other religions, and nothing really worked. So they kind of just promised people stuff, and just give them enough to get them to align with them, and then that's it. So it's basically just two warring armies that are recruiting humans to be in their war.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. I like that.
Pretty cool.
Well, and as we go along and discover the mythology, it does get in a lot more to theology and how an alternative way of looking at theology and some philosophies, and it doesn't get real complicated. We kind of spoon feed that as we go along, but some of the ideas I hope are pretty compelling and make you ask questions and think about things.
Yeah. But I like that because some people think about the whole concept and be, it's all biblical, but it's like you're taking it to a whole different level. It's more creative. It's more fantasy. It's like you're taking it out of just the God versus Satan or the devil. There
could be a God in this universe. Even one of the demons, Shax, he's my favorite character. He even says that he doesn't know if there's a God. He's never seen one. They've just been warring with each other forever. They don't even remember how it started. They just hate each other, And so there's a lot of commonality to the way things are going on now in our own world, with people not knowing what is real, what is truth, but just instinctually hating people who disagree with them. And that's kind of where the angels and demons are coming from.
You are fully aware that that's not a new phenomenon.
No.
It wasn't invented in the last 20 years, right?
No, it wasn't.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't get lost.
I know, right? Be careful of the spiders in your bathroom, Becky. I know she can't hear me, but
damn it.
We'll hear her. If
Wasted jokes.
Yeah.
Wasted jokes if she can't hear.
Okay. Now, since we're talking about demons, one of the questions I asked in the release party on Facebook was, do you believe demons exist? Do you believe in demons?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you don't believe in demons? Okay.
No.
What about you, SK? Do you believe in demons?
As in supernatural beings?
I didn't specify.
No.
Okay.
I think there's some pretty nasty human beings.
Yeah. Now that I agree.
How you want to, classify that is up to you. But supernatural beings, no, not at all. Of any stripe.
Well, it looks like the people who dropped some comments would probably agree. Well, the first one said yes, but everyone else is like, children. I was married to one for 18 years.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Those are demons. And children are definitely demons, man. God.
No, children are pure beings of light and truth. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's shit.
Well, I mean...
They don't listen to anything you say.
Everything supernatural is an attempt to explain the unknown, something we don't understand. So if we can't explain it with, any reasonable explanations, then often we'll fill in the blanks with something that makes us more comfortable, or even something that scares us. It will often give that a reality based on and people have always done that. I believe that's how all gods came to be, is, gods were created in man's image, because you look at any god and they have human qualities. They're jealous, they're loving, they're whatever. So when we don't understand something, a lot of times the answer is, I don't know, therefore God must have done it. Or I don't know how that,
fill in blanks.
Therefore Ghost must have done it. So, there's a good line, and if you've ever seen the series, A Haunting of Hill House, where the guy says he just believes there are things that haven't been explained yet. And that's kind of how I am. Some things may never get explained, but that doesn't mean they don't have a natural explanation. I've never heard of anything being explained through supernatural means. Not one.
I mean, just go back 50 years and try to explain somebody what a neutrino is.
Exactly,
oh no, you wouldn't be able to.
Right?
Well, then you have some people that claim atoms are mentioned in the Bible, so, I mean, it's crazy.
No, it's Adam, not atom.
Well, they think there's a reference to the smallest particle, and there is, but I find it very hard to believe. You're taking something you know now and trying to superimpose it on something that was written 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 years ago. So,
well, and a lot of supernatural and mythological stories were used to convey socially expected behaviors, like to keep kids from wandering off in the woods. You tell them about the monsters out there, which was really weird, because they were actually, dangerous animals in the woods. I don't know why you'd need to exaggerate that.
Well, it was about this. Mostly also once organized religion and religions became organized, they became, for a large part, patriarchal, and it was a way of controlling people. If you look at a lot of the, like the witch trials in Salem, that was accusing your neighbor of being a witch so that you could get their land once the courts offed them. So that's always had a lot to do with it too, as an ability to control.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And control people so you can control the money.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried to take a lot of that aspect out of this mythology, and I like the idea of these two sides. They just, they were having their war. You got people on each side. Lucifer and Michael are just generals in the war going back, as far as a lot of them can remember, but they weren't even the first generals in the war. There were other demons and angels before them that were fighting this war, and they didn't think of themselves as angels or demons or anything else. But then they found the human realm, and the humans started saying, "Oh, you got this power, and oh, you must be from heaven or whatever. You're angels, you're demons," and started making stuff up. And they're like, "Yeah, that's true. Whatever." But
yeah. So
as long as you believe and pledge yourself to our cause, you can believe whatever you want to. We don't really care.
Yeah, you just take advantage and manipulate. It sounds about right. Sounds like a little opportunist,
So the first half of the first book starts off in London in 1864 and then goes up to present day. And then the second half of the book is in what humans would have called heaven and hell, but to the angels and demons, it's just their realm. And so the second half of the first book and the entirety of book 2 and 3 will all be in this other realm, this other world, and take on a more traditional fantasy feel.
Okay. I like that. So how long have you been working on this book?
I originally wrote this one a couple of years ago, and then my Marlo Gentry thriller series got picked up, and I focused on those for a while. And now that I've going solo and self-publishing, I'm just going to multi-genre it and put out all of my stuff that I think's good enough to be out there, and maybe even query some stuff. I've got some literary fiction and stuff. I may try to do some querying and hold that off the market for now, but just try to trust other people, my editors and stuff, that, what should be out there and what's not ready to be out there, and what the market's not really prepared for, or there is no niche for, and that kind of thing.
See, and that's one thing, since you mentioned editors again, so you took the self-publishing route, but you didn't do it like lazily. Like, you actually had an editor,
You don't want to hear me go into a pretentious superiority rant here over people.
I mean, they need to hear it, though.
I have a saying. I think I coined this saying. I hope I did, because I like it. But the greatest and best thing about the internet is that anyone can write a book or record a CD and upload it onto the internet for sale and for the world to hear. The worst thing that ever happened and the worst thing about the internet is that anybody can write a book or record a CD and put it up on the internet for sale and for the world.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged coin. It's just, it is great that you can avoid the gatekeepers of the traditional publishing, but there's gatekeepers for a reason, so that we don't have an inundation of crap put out there, and we have that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't care. I think it allows a contrast, if you will.
No, it doesn't. No. Wrong. The reason being is because you can write the greatest book in the world, and if nobody hears about it or knows it exists, then it doesn't matter. The cream does not rise to the top. It takes advertising dollars.
Well, that's always been true.
Well, in there's stuff that gets past the gatekeepers that wouldn't be, I guess, top quality, but it's out there on the market anyway. An
exception proves the rule. It doesn't void the rule. Because 1 out of 10 billion became a bestseller doesn't mean that that's the way to go. It means that that's an exception. That's a rarity.
Marketing is always how books get sold. It's always been the case.
Yeah, if you don't market it, it's not going to sell.
It is, but when the reader has to go through a million crappy books to find one good one versus, only having to go through 100 bad ones to find something good, that makes a huge difference. They only have a certain amount of money to spend. They only have a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, they're searching for these books at the same place. They're searching either at a bookstore, on Amazon, or... there's not that many retailers. It's kind of, dwindling.
I'm not making a comment, though I would be happy to. I'm not making a comment on content of what makes one book good or bad. I'm talking in terms of bad covers, cheap covers that they had their friend make with Photoshop or something.
Yeah. That's hard.
Editors who don't have any training, they didn't get a degree in English, they don't know that much about it, and so there's mistakes and continuity problems and misspelled words and all of this. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about crappy book. I may say that, you write a book on a harem of three-titted aliens is a bad book. That's just my preference. You may think that's quality literature. We can fight over that another time, but bad book is not subjective. It's objective. A bad book that is poorly edited with lots and lots of mistakes.
Is it though? Because not to make an argue here, but because let's say 50 Shades of Grey. That's.
Nobody says that's literature. Right?
It was. Then again, it started off self-published, but a traditional publisher acquired it because it sells well.
Yeah. That's one of those exceptions to the rule. Why did that one book take off and do so well? Who knows? And a lot of people liked it, so I'm not going to knock it. It's some people liked it, but was it really poorly written and edited and packaged and hopefully that's going to find out too. But if a lot of people have to buy the book first, or you have 150 relatives and friends buy the book and give it a 5-star review, it can go way up in the rank and become a bestseller on the Amazon ranking. And there's just a lot of problems inherent with that system to me. But
there were problems before. There are problems now. There will always be problems. They are different problems than we used to have with only having access to traditional publishing. Yes, that's true. We have a different set of problems, but one of them is not, gatekeepers, and the gatekeepers are, not that good at deciding, right? Look at Rowling. 12 declines. 12 publishing houses turned her down, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Same thing happened with Tolkien.
I'm not sure how I feel on that. Like I said, I come from a background that if you haven't read the complete works of Shakespeare, you shouldn't be allowed to write a book. That's kind of my feeling. But that's, that's pretentious and that's half kidding, because there's a lot of good stuff out there by people who never went to college or anything. And I get that. I understand that. But do we really want a free-for-all where there's and just let the market decide what good?
Yes.
I guess so.
That's what's kind of happening now. That's what's happening.
Absolutely do want the market to decide, because the market knows more than any one person.
And that's how we get really talented people in obscurity, and Britney Spears and Justin Bieber, making millions and millions of dollars. I mean, that's the opposite of it. But there's got to be somebody who makes it possible for the good stuff to be out there too.
The Britney Spears of the world are the product of the gatekeepers.
Yeah, they kind of are. I mean, that's the record industry.
That's the record industry creation there.
So do you think they're gatekeepers that can make people like really bad stuff? That's not the
Disney.
That's not the person.
Disney manufacturers. Okay, but the other thing though,
I mean, Backstreet Boys.
But all this stuff.
So that says something really horrible about the populace, that we are in general so easily led into that sheep that they can make us do pretty much whatever. So in that case, gatekeepers don't really matter. People are just going to continue to do what they're told.
The other thing,
I mean, that's the whole point of advertising, isn't it? Because people are susceptible.
Maybe I'm not too optimistic, but I just don't want to believe that. I believe that people know that this is of better quality than this other.
You're way overestimating people. Sorry,
yeah,
some
people like Spears. Some people think Justin Bieber's good. I mean, that's where it's subjective. Some people actually like him.
At least half the population wants to be told what to like.
Because
you're on the other side of the line. That's fine, But
that's what's fun about art is the discussion, the criticism of this is good, that is not. That's part of the fun, and it'll always be. It's always been there, What Poe and a couple other authors hated each other and were viciously cutting each other in the newspapers all the time because they thought each other's stuff was crap. And but it's nothing new.
Well, that goes back to Shakespeare and Marlowe days, even.
Oh, yeah, very true. Very true.
But the interesting thing that brings us up back is that but the self-publishing route is working for you. But you also, it's not just you. You have an editor. It sounds like you have a team that helps you out, right?
Oh, yeah. I definitely don't do it alone. And no author, I don't think it's possible for you to edit your own work. You know it so well at some point that your eyes just skip over stuff.
Yeah.
You'll miss simple typographical errors, and you'll leave V and out because your mind just accepts that those are supposed to be there and you don't see it.
Right.
Problems would make perfect sense in your mind are confusing to a reader. Yeah, so you gotta have people that you trust and that that will help and tell you the truth. And I have a couple of brutal editors that I don't think they've ever told me that's great or that's. They're like, yeah, that's good. That's good. No, God, that's awful. You got to change that. No.
And it sounds like you also have people that help you figure out like where the market is going and what seems to be trending and selling and all that. Is that right?
No, I did not really. That's why I left small presses. Is there's some good small presses, but most of them don't have a budget for marketing or do a whole lot other than free social media stuff. So that's why I wanted to do it myself and control, where I spent what little advertising dollars I have. So I've just been a voracious researcher of watching tons of YouTube videos on Amazon ads and Facebook ads and book club and blogs and everything I can find. I just spend hours and hours researching and trying to understand how to do this, what works, what doesn't. And I'm by no means, I'm a novice. I'm still trying to learn.
Speaking of which, hey, have we sold any more books?
Let's see.
Not yet.
What's wrong with you assholes? Buy his fucking book. Jesus.
I'll tell you what, the next person who buys a book, and you have to show it, you have to prove it. Send a screenshot. Next person to buy a book, I will take a shot. I'll take a shot of Gentleman Jack. Okay. Next person to buy a book.
You're going to take a shot at Gentleman Jack? What did he do wrong?
Yeah, damn it.
Come on, I'll have it ready to go. Come on.
Everyone's gone to bed.
No. People are in the chat.
Not this bunch. Not this bunch.
No. People are in the chat and people are on Facebook late at night.
In the chat, David Clark brings up a fair point that the sales reporting is slow.
Mm-hmm. That does happen.
There's a lag.
There's a lag.
Yeah.
But if you guys can screenshot the order and send it to one of us, you know how to reach us. I will take this shot. Come on, make it worth it. And also, by the way, if you're watching, smash the like button because it's gonna help out. Okay. What else? Oh, what's the feedback like so far with Blood for the Dancer?
We got 5 or 6 5-star reviews up so far. They're all the reviews are 5-star so far. So we'll wait a week or two until people are really getting to read them and see how it's coming along, see what people are thinking.
Okay.
Well, okay. I can tell you what I think about it, but y'all will think I'm biased.
I won't think you're biased, Becky.
I don't even know what that word is, but I would never biased. What's biased?
Biased. Shut up! I'm not talking to y'all no more.
I'm sorry. You know what, Becky? I know. I speak Southern. I speak Southern. I totally know what you mean. Don't worry.
I have no accent.
You really don't. You have like no accent.
God, it's like you're like dead center of the middle of the country or something, right?
Yeah, or something like that.
He does so have an accent.
Oh, does he? I don't hear it. I don't hear his accent.
Okay. No, you wouldn't.
So, what's the process? I mean, what sort of process did he go through with Blood for the Dancer that was different from any other book that you've worked on?
Well, I've had my same editors. I've worked with a lot of the small presses with that have their editors. Well, I've always used the same couple on my end, so I stuck with them. Have really good beta readers once we get that for us, some good beta readers that read it and tell me if they noticed anything what did they like, dislike, and I'll take that advice into consideration and usually ignore it completely. But no, they're really great. The biggest difference this time is I had to do all the packaging and get the formatting done, work with artists to get the cover done and all of that. So I had not done that before so much. I might give a concept to the publisher and they would work with the artist and all, but this is the first time that, I was doing it myself and more in control of doing the revisions and getting it as close to what I saw in my head as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very pleased with the cover that came out. They did a really good job with it.
You should be, yeah. I mean, the cover looks fantastic. Let's look. Let's take a better look at this thing. Yeah, that's a beautiful cover right there.
That is a fine cover.
Mm-hmm.
That is outstanding.
And the storyline is like something from an anime. I mean, it really is. I mean, it sounds so cool. Like the guy's praying, a demon answers, and now he has to slay angels. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's movies kind of like that. I could think of a few, stories kind of similar, but I love them,
Something that resonates. Sometimes trying to be different doesn't work out, and sometimes trying to be too much the same gets you buried. And, I love a lot of the stuff they're calling grimdark. I love Stephen Herrick's Malaysian Book of the Fallen's the greatest series ever written, in my opinion, in any genre. And it's super complex and probably beyond what I'll ever be able to achieve. But even George R.R. Martin and stuff like that, I love all that. But I came into fantasy more with Hickman and Weiss and Dragonlance and R.A. Salvatore and Terry Brooks, Shannara Chronicles, and stuff like that.
No, that one.
I miss a lot of that element. We've kind of gotten way away from that, where it's like shocking deaths and blood and gore is the big thing. And I like some of that, some of the horror elements in there, but I wanted to get back to that a little bit, but also go in a different direction, have a different mythos than the elves and the orcs and the stuff that traditional always has. So, I don't know, took a lot of the things I enjoy and put it in a blender, and this is what came out. And I hope people like it. It's, I don't know yet how it'll go over.
I think it's going over very well. Come on. Just one of you guys in the chat. Just head on over to Amazon. You know what? Hey, Becky, can you drop a link to his book in the chat? Just head on over there.
I already did.
Oh, okay. Just buy one copy if you can.
There's one in the show notes as well.
Okay. Yeah, just buy one copy, screenshot it, send it to Becky, or I tell you what, you can post it on the event page, the release party event page, and just put Mr. Deadman. Here's the proof. Take the shot. You call me out like that, and I'll do it, man. I'll take the shot, and I have 3 beers sitting here on this desk. Come on, I'm putting my liver on the line for Dallas over here, okay? I do this all the time.
You always put your poor liver on the line.
Yeah, I do. It wants to tap
Usually
out.
we can't see it, though.
Yeah.
His liver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it when that happens. When he puts his liver literally on the line.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's bad for your liver.
It's a party trick, You can only do it once, though. It gets real messy.
If you're a faith healer, you can do it all the time.
Okay. Now, I think we talked about this earlier, but is there a certain reason or something that compelled you to this story?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the origin of the story, the seeds of the ideas as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Teresa Scott Matthews just bought the paperbacks to get to drinking.
Well, I grew up in the rural South, rural Alabama, and so Southern Baptist in the church 3 times a week since the day I drew my first breath up until I was about 18 or so. And so theology, philosophy's always been there. And then I started asking questions. Things didn't make sense in a lot of ways, and went off to college and the liberal brainwashing, I guess. I double majored in philosophy and English, and just a lot of those ideas and more I read. I was, into classics, Faulkner and Shakespeare and all that, but I also grew up on Clive Barker and Stephen King and all of that. So it's just this hodgepodge of everything that, like most artists, everything that you've experienced and come along of, doing some editing and learning more about how to write by critiquing other people's writings and reading stuff outside of what I would normally choose to read. And those just widening that idea base. And as I got to working on this one, I thought about that kid who kind of has gone through similar things of, lost a parent the way that I did, and, being raised forever that God is good and this is how things work, and, God is totally responsible for all the good stuff but deserves none of the blame for the bad stuff. What a sweet gig that is. But, how would a kid in this time period of really poor, poverty-stricken London, living in the Mint, one of the worst places during that time period, and he's trusting in what his parents have always told him. His father's already died in a horrific accident at the mill where he worked, and now his mom's sick, and he's been sick, and he's just questioning, if these guys are so good and all, why is our life so horrible? And preachers and everyone are telling him, you can't question, you got to accept that there's a big plan and that everything happens the way it's supposed to for a reason. And, so just how is this kid going to respond to that when somebody else comes along and has a different answer? And one that he can actually sees this finger go into his chest, and he immediately gets to feeling better. There's substantial, he sees this happen. And so that's going to screw with the kid's head. And then as longer he goes along, the more they feed his hate. He's got somebody to blame now. He can blame the angels and God for not answering his prayers and doing what he asked for and making his life good. So he's got something to hate. And the demons, of course, they have an agenda of winning their war, and they got this new assassin, and they just keep feeding his hatred. I don't know. It seemed like a logical but screwed up way of events unfolding. And then, we get about halfway through, and we're going to throw you a few more curveballs before we get to the end, and things are going to get flipped on their head and play with some of those traditional fantasy tropes, but without killing Daenerys or putting Bran the Broken on the throne or anything.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Hopefully it makes sense.
I was thinking that, this probably came from some sort of, childhood experience. I mean, because it sounds like what you were exposed to the church. You weren't able to ask questions, right? But it's like, it's usually how people become atheists or start questioning. It's like, you're exposed to the church early on, but you leave, you go to college or whatever, and you just, I don't know. You start asking questions, you just don't get answers, and it's just,
And that's what I wanted to do in this book, rather than making it some kind of, atheist manifesto or something. Is Destin is not me in the end, and his answers are not the same as answers that I think might be correct or right. His the way things go and what turns out to be real is very different from what's real in this world. And so he has to make a totally different set of decisions on how to go and where to go and who is right and who is wrong, what's right, what's wrong. His moral dilemmas are different than anything I ever faced, and he comes to totally different conclusions than I came to.
Okay.
That's what makes fiction interesting. Is you're not writing a memoir, an autobiography. You're learning through your characters, and you can have characters that are just despicable human beings, but also do some good things. You can have some that are really good characters that try to do the right thing, but make some horrendous mistakes. And that's what makes fiction interesting to me, because that's real life. You're mirroring real life, but you get to kind of where these characters go, let them have a life of their own.
Complicated characters. I like that, because that is real life. Because people aren't just good and wholesome. Those people that you think are good and wholesome, they have skeletons in their closet. Some of them might have so many skeletons, they're just coming out raiding leftovers from the fridge. So they just know how to hide it.
We have a question from the chat. Kelly would like to know who did the cover.
The cover was done by a group in Europe, MIBL Art. .com, and there's a group of artists there, four or five of them, and they're all really good. They can do everything from your the stuff you see, like my cover, the photo manipulations, but they also have people that can do the hand-drawn. It's a little more expensive, but they're really good and very reasonable compared to what I looked at. I wanted a very professional-looking cover, but I am dirt poor and on a budget and having to own this all myself, so I was trying to find somewhere that would do really professional-looking work that would be competitive with the best in the genre, but not cost me $1,000, so they're very good. I would highly recommend, and easy to work with. They do unlimited revisions. They want to get it like you like it, and very easy to work with, quick turnaround. So yeah, I'd highly recommend them.
Very cool.
Did you hear me say that Teresa bought a paperback?
I did, and I took a shot. I took a shot of Gentleman Jack, but my question.
I didn't see it.
Well, Becky, you got to pay attention, I guess. But I did take a shot.
Oh man, when did that become a thing on the show?
Paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm not mean to Becky.
I did not get the memo about having to pay attention.
But I'll tell you what, I might take another because I think David bought one too. I'm not sure. He's talking as if he's going to read it and do a review. He better, because I'm taking a shot right now. Well, I gotta pour first. Uh-oh. Well,
look at Brad. Brad's pitching a fit on every one of these contests because he didn't win, and then he wins the grand prize, and he's nowhere to be found.
You know what? That's the thing. So you had a bunch of contests on your event page, right? On your party.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. We gotta take a look at this real fast. Anything amazing? Anything that kind of stands out?
Oh, what?
There's a little, I guess, caption contest or what was going on?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah, we got some funny characters.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I believe we have some. I believe we have a caption contest we could do right now on this show. Actually,
we do.
Okay. I can pull up one of those images.
Dallas, did you see the pictures?
Yeah, quick shout out to all the great authors that donated ebooks and stuff as prizes. We had some really heavy hitters from James Moore that's written for Predator, Aliens, Avenger tie-ins, and Dirk Ashton, Michael Fletcher, just some really big names in the fantasy genre.
Yep.
Good folks.
Great guys.
All right, I'm actually kind of out of Gentleman Jack. I had enough to fill the shot like a quarter. So can I combine Gentleman Jack with beer? Is that okay?
Ew.
Or is that horrible?
How about drink the Gentleman Jack
and beer?
Then take a drink of beer. Not together.
God, what's the matter with you?
What's wrong with you?
At this point, it's all the same to me right now. Here we go.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'll just chase it.
Next thing you know, he'll be naked and doing a dance again.
Oh, speaking of which,
what?
I probably need to take the shirt off. I'm just joking.
No, please don't.
All right, I have a caption here. An image on the screen.
Oh, come on, Dallas.
I have an image.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Yeah, it's too much static. I'm gonna have to go.
Get your ass back here, SK.
He's gonna take his shirt off.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
All right, so we have an image here of
Patty loves it.
Dallas. Is this a real photo as a ballerina?
Yes, that's my formative years.
Oh, okay.
That's before I graduated to pole dancing.
I thought maybe it was a daddy-daughter class.
That was the excuse.
I did have to strip for a while in college. The thing was, the place I worked at, I wasn't making any money. It was just, too ugly. And the owner told me, he pulled me aside and he said, listen, even somebody as ugly as you can make money stripping. You just need a gimmick. You need something catchy. So I put a sweet potato down my Speedos and called myself Sweet Potato.
Ah, there you go. The ladies love that.
The first time after my performance, he grabbed me and pulled me aside and he said, "Put the damn thing in the front, you idiot."
Did you go out on stage and say, "I am what I am"?
Very nice. Very nice.
That is nice. That is
No.
good. That's good.
No.
Now, this image.
No.
Did you post it in the Deadman's Tome fan
No.
club? No. Okay.
No. I can.
Was it posted in the event thing?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No.
So we're just riffing on it. Okay.
Just for us.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. It definitely looks legit. 100%. I believe it. And actually, doesn't look too bad. Might be the whiskey and beer, but it doesn't look too bad. Good form.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm talking about the form.
He's
No.
gonna ask you out on a date.
Nah. I'm talking about the form. Look at his pose. That pose looks spot on. He knows what he's doing.
Richard
Kelly
Allen
wants to know if that's Dallas.
Shout out to Richard Allen Scott. He said he doesn't wear a tutu. He has to wear a 3-3. Oh, crack me up.
The face is Dallas,
Hey.
Kelly.
Hey, Richard, we don't fat shame here. Come on now. I'm just okay.
Yeah, some of us have way too much to get into that. Some of us are just not into that kind of finger pointing. Nope.
Yeah. Dude, I don't think I could be able to fit in that. Oh, my gut would just be hanging over.
Kelly said, on the weekend, Dallas likes to relax with a bit of interpretive dance.
That's exactly right.
If I wore that...
That's a good caption.
Yeah, Richard doesn't skinny dip. He chunky dunks.
I like that.
Aw, poor Richard.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, and also, hey, everybody, if you're listening, like I said, press that like button because it helps out the stream. And press that subscribe button if you don't mind as well, because it helps the channel out, man. It helps the channel. Deadmanstone podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights. Oh, tonight is Thursday. It's a special night. Just for Dallas. Any other comments?
I appreciate you guys.
Oh, it's no problem, and we still have time. Any other comments on the photo?
Not yet. Come on, y'all.
Really cute little feet.
Yeah.
Dainty even.
Yeah, almost like chick feet.
But it does help if you're a dancer to have small feet. It actually does help. I'm sure you know this.
And I'm oddly attracted to myself, which I'm not sure what that means. There's got to be a Freudian term for that of some kind.
Narcissism.
If you're attracted to yourself, the fat ballerina, I'm not sure that's a narcissist.
Okay,
yeah,
that's it.
if you look yourself in the mirror and go, "Ooh, baby."
That might be more of a mass.
The sugar plum fairy had seen things.
I like that. Oh, Kelly's good. Oh, Kelly must. She's on her third wine. Ooh, hey, Kelly, for $20, I'll take off my shirt. I'm just joking. Keep my shirt on. Patty's not in the chat.
Swan flake.
We'll be there
Swan
June
flake.
1st.
That's another one. SK.
Swan flake. I like that. Good job, SK. Good job.
That was good.
I think it kind of exhausted this one. I don't have
Thank you. I'm here all week, literally.
By contract.
We had the black.
force.
we had the black swan with Natalie Portman. I'm like the really pasty blue white guy swan thing.
Yeah, well, it's diversity. It's diversity. How many fat guys do you see? How many body positive guys do you see in ballet? Like none, right?
None.
You gotta put diversity.
You know why? Because they burn like 70,000 calories a day.
That reminds me, I had see if I can find this. My computer's being slow. Carry on, I'll just let you know when I find it.
Oh, you're finding something. Okay.
Yeah, there was, I had one more caption game, no more prizes, I don't think, but they, let's see if I can find this.
I have another image, another caption. This is this demon-looking thing. I don't know what this is. Is this like what is this, Obama? This is Obama? What is this, Becky? I just changed it. There's like this gray smudge. What the hell is this? Becky.
Here's our ballerina on the... Here's our ballerina guy on his first date here.
What?
Caption that, boys and girls. How did this come about?
Yeah. That'd be fun.
God.
That'd be fun.
I think I know that guy.
But the guy on the screen right now? Okay. Yeah.
On the Facebook page, I just posted that our ballerina grew up and met his girlfriend.
Oh,
but
shit.
I don't know how.
I think I know that girl. No. I think a lot of people know that woman. Not to shame or anything, but, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
bad.
I like this.
I can't choose between them. I mean, if I met them both at a bar, an indecent proposal would be a definite option with those two.
If you see a couple like that, can't be a couple. That's not a couple. That is. Okay, hold on. Let me put that on the screen real fast. What I'm looking at here, because this is not legit. Hold on here, chat. Help me out here. This, if you want to see this,
Vegas stays in Vegas, babe.
This large guy, this body positive fat guy, and this chick right here.
The demon guy? Oh,
No.
okay. There we go.
No,
there
not
we go.
Guy.
Yeah, if you were to see this, would you think that they're
Now,
dating
that's scary.
or married? No.
No.
Right? They're not
Well,
not
it
dating.
depends. How much money does he have?
Do you see the shirt he's wearing?
He's got on an Animaniacs t-shirt, so that makes him appealing right off the bat.
That's Animaniacs? Oh, man, you're better than me. I could not tell what the fuck that was. I was like, that looks like yeah.
Hey, I mean, if he's got Binky and the Brain on the back, then I'd do him.
Oh, shit. Pinky and the Brains, where's that, huh?
Binky and the Brain, my bad.
So she's not wearing a ring, so obviously...
she's getting close to him. I mean, but look at that smile. Well, you can't really tell, but it looks like Botox been injected, but it's like...
She's a Minotaur thing, though. She's goat from the waist down.
Oh.
She looks kind of roofy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He roofied her? Is that what you're saying, SK?
Yeah.
He's going for a Cosby? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And he's like, I can't believe it worked.
That's fucked up. Oh, shit.
My God.
Oh, God. But it is funny, though. Okay.
And he's like, hurry and take your picture. We got to get out of here.
Yeah. And what the hell is it?
I'm thinking this is one of those car shows. You know, as like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders show up and stuff. You get your picture taken.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so you think she's a cheerleader?
Well, no, maybe it's
or
a
like a car
possibility.
girl, show girl. She could be.
And Well, maybe she's just not superficial and she sees the beauty inside.
That's right.
No. Oh,
because
okay. Hold on
the
here.
inside beauty is immediately evident when you just meet somebody.
Okay, what are the odds of that? What are the odds that she sees the beauty inside?
How long have they known each other?
Nil to none.
Yeah. Then again, I don't know her. I don't know what she thinks. She might.
Before they came into the live S&M show, the club that they're in, it was raining outside. She was getting out of her car. He saw her. He puts down his jacket over the mud puddle, and she walks in without getting her stilettos wet. And it was love at first sight.
Oh,
tell me
nice.
I'm not a writer. Go on,
Let me refresh the page. I want to see what people put for comments.
You're definitely a writer.
I like just 3 comments so far. Let's see. Richard Allen Scott. Excuse me, ma'am. I have to go wash up. Okay. Yes, he does. Look at that face. Then you have won the lottery and found love the same day.
That's a whole lot of put those two together, that's a whole lot of lactose going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh, man. That's
David
good.
Clark says TMI.
I know. Oh, but David Clark knows what show he's listening to. He knows.
I want to. Can I attempt to be semi-serious?
No. Oh, you want to be serious?
Oh God.
Okay, let me put my serious face on here.
I want to tell you something. You know, we joke about, personality and seeing the beauty inside, but there's a lot of truth to the fact that in a social situation, a guy doesn't have to be all that attractive if he's fucking interesting.
Or funny.
And fun. Interesting and fun.
How funny is he?
The Brad Pitt had a very good line about this, and I think it's true. Is looks get you in the door, but they don't keep you in the room.
Yeah.
But it's always attraction that gets people together in the first place. It's something they find attractive. Yeah, would you quit? Get this off the screen. He's really freaking me out here.
You went on the screen?
It's like he's peering into my soul.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah, because you can be the best looking guy in the world and just,
Yeah, and if you go into, if you're a guy who you don't even I've heard first-hand accounts or second-hand accounts, I guess, of guys who are like this chubby dude, but they had massive amount of personality, were funny and engaging, and they could take home the best-looking girl in the room.
That takes time, though. You don't see that.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But it does take time. I mean, it's not instant, but it doesn't take calendar time. It can be done in an evening and under the right circumstances.
SK, you brought up a good point, because there was this dude I used to work with, and he looked kind of like this guy, but just a Mexican version. But the dude would be able to, when we're like Hooters or wherever, no matter where we're at, he's hit on chicks, and he's giving them back massages, he's all this stuff in public. I'm like, what the hell? What?
Well, I'd have known them pretty well beforehand.
Man, he acted like he didn't know him at all. And it's crazy. He just has a way of talking.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, you're
That's
touching her.
Creep. You don't know somebody, and you walk up to a woman and put your hands on them, and you don't know them very well.
No. He just asked permission. He did ask permission. He was like, he was talking to her, chatting her up, asking her questions. It's all about asking questions. About this and that. I wasn't really keeping track.
Not rub your shoulders. I don't know what universe that's not creepy in.
Well, if she got permission, though. I mean, it's creepy, but she was okay, rub my shoulders.
No. Yeah, if it's
ask somebody for permission to rub their shoulders when you don't really know them. That's just creepy.
It is creepy, but it worked.
I guarantee you, I could create a situation where it wouldn't be.
Where would it be creepy? Oh, so SK has game. SK says he has. Oh, okay.
I don't think I have game. All I do, honest to God, is I talk to them and listen and joke around. But that's actually like what actually works.
Yeah. Amazing.
I don't have game in the player, in the sense of the player and the pickup artist. I don't have any of that bullshit.
Yeah, I don't date anymore because whenever I first meet somebody, I go ahead and lay out everything that's horrible and wanting about me and that I have nothing to offer. You know, I just go straight to the breakup and cut the middleman because I just don't have time.
You are so full of shit.
Serious.
I mean, that's definitely one approach.
I have a chronic illness, $2 in my bank account. I live in my mom's basement. I mean, what are you even talking to me for? Go away.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole reverse psychology thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So what if I'm a
It
trust?
didn't work well, did it?
Like, so what if I'm a trust fund baby? So what if I'm sitting on a bunch of millions? I live in my mom's basement. Just get out of here. Just get out of here.
It's a 40,000 square foot house with a 15,000 square foot basement, but it's still the basement.
Yeah.
I live in the broom closet. Whenever they want to put the dustpan in there with the broom, I have to stay somewhere else.
Oh man, so not even the basement, the broom closet. Holy hell, dude, you got shafted.
You're so abused.
He's funny.
I'm telling you, I'm telling
Dallas
your
is
mama.
hilarious. Like when Dallas was doing his reading of his first chapter, what was it? The reference about Jesus just hanging there on the cross. I just started laughing.
Jesus hanging on the wall.
Yeah, I was
like,
laughing.
Can't even get myself down, dude. Don't look at me.
Yeah, I was like, like you inject that the witty humor just in your writing as well. It's
Matthew Cox and Dallas Potter.
Dallas Potter under the stairs.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got a magic wand for you.
Oh. Sorry. Wow, this is a huge segue. I was supposed to comment on the other caption.
It just came out of nowhere, didn't it? There's no logic there. There's a stream to my thoughts. You just have to follow it. It kind of goes in the way my thinking travels, it looks a lot like the LA Expressway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was
God.
Yeah, it looks a lot like that. Or spaghetti just thrown up in the air. It looks like that too.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. But now, do you guys have any comments about this blurry gray dude on the screen? It should be showing up pretty soon. It looks like Barack Obama with horns or something.
Oh,
I don't know what.
And
this is.
Halloween vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
I just
that.
thought it was funny.
Like really bad CG too, or something's going on. Like it's like
Kelly says, "Florida man,
a Florida man.
Mr.
Probably
Deadman hits puberty."
Yep. That's what it's gonna look like.
I love Kelly.
This is what happens when you pass out drunk.
It's what Trump supporters dream of when they have nightmares.
Florida man gets horny, lights self on fire. Oh shit. Oh, Matthew Cox is funny.
Yeah, it's like he's all blurry too. It's just a photo. It's like he just rubbed like Vaseline all over himself or something. Nasty looking.
This is what happens when you pass out drunk at a golf fraternity party.
And wait. Look at his armpit. Is that his fist? What is that right there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's his fist. What is he doing? He's about to punch someone? He's dancing?
He's doing the chicken, I think.
Dancing.
He's dancing.
The funky chicken.
Okay.
Dabbing.
Yeah.
All right.
He's stabbing.
He's very lanky.
Looks like he needs to take a shower.
Did the Raptors win? What?
You would think we need to take a shower, huh?
John just informed me that the Raptors won. Game 1.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
That's good.
Someone needs to tell this dude that that's not what they meant by 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh no!
Matthew Cox.
No.
He's good at those.
In the teeth, like he has what, 2 sets of canines? Is that what is going on there? He has 4 fangs. Is that right?
Yeah, he's got double fangs. So it's like some vampire or demon,
super vampire.
But those horns are like chair legs.
They are.
They're really bad.
Oh, wait,
they look like beer bottles.
So Dallas, is this what your demons look like?
No.
Okay, they don't. Do they look cooler?
No, as that gets complicated, but they when they come to our realm, they take on a first form of whatever human they encounter. It's a dead person, and they take on, that's their first form. But they can look like any human they want as long as they're dead. They can't be living people. They can. It's kind of like putting on a Halloween mask for a little while. But
Okay.
It takes energy and taxes them to keep any version of themselves other than their first form.
Okay.
In their realm, they look very different from that.
Kelly said, and my mom said I'd never amount to anything.
I like that. David
Matthew Cox said, it's a demon from Guy Ritchie movie, Freddy Four Fangs.
Yeah.
David Clark said, wait, is that Meatloaf?
Demons and angels, and I don't. No, in my books, they all look the same, but they have auras that distinguish them, different spectrums of color. Like demons are on a red spectrum, and they go from like a light color all the way to a crimson color, depending on how strong, powerful they are. Angels are from
and which college they went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Keith Richards is not aging well.
No, not at all. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this guy's out there, man. This must be. It's like a bad dream. It's like a ayahuasca or something. I don't know, some DMT hit. What the hell am I looking at?
Oh man.
Have
you ever done that shit?
Not yet. It's on
Not
my
yet?
list. Yeah, not yet. It's on my list of things to do.
Oh,
Why the
God.
fuck not?
So you like vomiting and shitting yourself?
I don't like those things.
Because that's part of the process, you know.
But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Did you know that?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put you in a depends before you.
No, that will not cover it. Literally.
No, I'll be out in the field.
So outside in the backyard.
Yeah, I'll be out in the
It
backyard.
occurred to me how much it's going to cost to ship Brad all of these paperbacks. Screw that. Think he'll notice if I don't do it?
Oh wait, you're not shipping.
That might get noticed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can find out how drunk he was during this party and how likely he is to remember anything that happened.
Who, me? Oh, this guy.
No, Richard, the guy that won the grand prize.
Oh, Richard.
Because I promised him like 3 paperback books, and I'm going to have to pay postage, shipping for that. We might like he lives like in the freaking Ukraine or something. Where's this guy live?
Yeah. Yeah, see, when that happens, I find out they live like in Australia. Like, I'm like, wait, you live in Australia? Dude, it costs $50 just to even ship something to you. So, I hate to tell you this, but
and what's crazy is it's not even a real place.
Yeah.
He lives in Maine, thank God.
Thank God.
I'm going to keep.
Oh,
I'm
good.
gonna do what I said, but if I had to pay the entire amount for all the books that I sold on this one shipping, I'd feel really stupid. But probably par for the course, my luck. Anyway.
Oh man! By the way, let me put this on the screen. I'm coming through the release party real fast. Let me hit everything off.
Our children demons. That you got the poll. I've got it right here.
Yeah. What's the poll at? I think
12 votes for no and 9 votes for yes.
So undecided. I mean, come on.
We'll have to send it to the Supreme Court, which means the Republican will win.
And in the comment section, it's I have 4 grown. One is a little iffy. Just saying. Let's see. Some can be. Some people are right on it. Some people are like, hey, you know what? Like this guy, Dan Struder. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Not if properly cooked. You just gotta cook them.
Funny.
You just gotta cook them.
Just make them tender, don't overcook them.
Yeah.
Dan Stutter's funny.
Okay. This is good stuff. I like this stuff. Yeah. This is how you do a release party. This is great. I like it. The caption contest that you have here. And, of course, then we have the Do you believe in angels? People answer that. I guess I'll go over that real fast. Do you believe in angels? Share your reason why or why not. I guess before we go, Dallas, do you believe in angels?
Yeah, I've got a 25-year-old one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he does.
Oh, that's
my daughter. She's an angel. No, and the and with like the giant pigeons flying around. No.
What about you, SK?
Again, I do not hold with the existence of supernatural beings.
Oh.
Yep, I'm right there with him.
Yeah.
I mean, just I'm open to credible, and what I mean by credible is observable, repeatable evidence. Mm-hmm. And if you can tell me that, then I'm really open to it.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But I believe the null hypothesis is the correct one. Everything is false until proven true. Because if you believe the opposite, that everything is true until proven false, then you open yourself up to believing a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Because, like, I would like to see an angel if they exist, but I have never seen one. But then again, I spoke with someone who claimed he's seen one before, and I'm just like, are you serious, bro? Like,
you spoke with somebody that claims to be the Church of Cthulhu.
Seeing ghosts and Bigfoot and all kinds of stuff, but there's no evidence. You know, if that house is really haunted, I'll go there with you. You show me. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah.
You know, if you can really.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
I live up in the Northwest, and I don't believe Bigfoot is a real thing. And yet, every time I'm driving through the mountains, I'm scanning the countryside for one, just in case.
I could come closer to believing some kind of natural animal that maybe could exist somewhere, because we still find stuff deep in the ocean, and some forests will find a species of something that we haven't found before. So, okay, theoretically possible, but
just on the off chance,
the missing link walking around bipedal, I find that hard to believe. But.
What about you, Becky? You believe in angels?
I don't know.
You are one.
Not as far as shit. Well, my mother used to say that I was her angel, or I would say I'm your angel, and Mom said, "Yeah, well, the devil was an angel once too."
Oh, good
call. Retarded.
Did he
Wait a minute, Mom. A lovely thing to tell your child, Mom.
Well,
so on the event page, do you believe in angels? Share your reason why or why not. I have yes, because I saw them on Supernatural. Okay. Many human angels
That was
and demons.
Joan. She's so funny.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a y'all to do a show on that one, a whole show on, because they're joking, but it's a serious problem with people taking fiction literally and thinking that
Right.
if you have a character that's a racist, that means the author is racist. If you have a character that does anything, that's somehow your real opinions bleeding through onto the page. And
Yeah, I have a
people
huge
are
problem with that. I have a huge problem with people taking with fictional characters that you create and they somehow put that onto you. It's like, motherfucker, that's a made
I
up
mean, you saw a
character.
lot of that with you saw a lot of that with Game of Thrones. You know,
Yeah.
that this is a fictional place with fictional tribes that are based on stuff historically that happened, but they're accusing them of, killing off all the indigenous people or killing off all the refugees and trying to apply,
Yeah,
real life situations to it, and that's not what fiction is. We hold up a mirror to reality, but these characters are just that. They're reflections of real things. You can have bigotry.
I mean, they're
and stuff in
reflections,
fiction.
but sometimes I guess you want to use that metaphor, the mirror that's reflecting it is like distorted and I don't know, really shaping off to something else. Like, I mean, it's fiction. There's elements of realism in it, I guess, a bit, but then it's like, it's just a fictional world. When it comes down to it, it's a fictional world, fictional characters, and there are going to be some horrible characters. There's going to be some horrible characters that look like they're good for a little while. Like in Game of Thrones, and people were freaking out when the Dragon Queen did burn everyone down. It's like, did you not see that she was a tyrant everywhere else? She just...
Yeah, exactly. But you have people's take on that this is a man writing a female character and turning the female into the bad guy. Like, no.
Women can be bad? Have you not seen catfights?
I've heard that. I've heard.
He didn't include anybody. They just, they were accusing Arya of being a Mary Sue, where she was just like perfect and had no fault.
I mean, how did she kill the Night King? I mean, how did that happen?
You can't win. She was trained for 10 years to be an assassin.
Yeah, but how the hell did she get there, though? That was the question.
Yeah.
She could,
if you wrote books where your main character was like a bigoted, racist hero, and it was obvious that you were portraying this to make this type of person with these beliefs be a hero, I could see that. But, just because you have a character that's a racist bigot does something good doesn't mean that that's a hero. You should be able to see both, that this is a person with some really messed up beliefs that makes him not the best person in the world, but he also is capable of doing something to help someone.
That's true.
That's people. That's how they are. How we are. We're flawed and good and bad and everything in between. So I don't know. It's a terrible. It's a scary trend that's happening.
It is.
today.
It is. I mean, Stephen King drops a lot of N-bombs.
It has to do with this attempt at ideological purity and which is just a complete shitstorm anytime it's tried.
Yeah, because there's no winning. There's no winning. You can't win that.
There's no winning, and the goalposts shift every day.
You're not going
to... Yeah, we also have to be careful of not having three people say something and calling it a trend. I think that's something we're doing too much of now, too. We hear like two or three people say something stupid, and we write an article about it, and all of a sudden everybody believes it's realistic and it's a trend. So, this is a messed up, complicated world trying to figure out. But I did have someone tell me that writers, especially male writers, shouldn't write about people outside of their experience. Like,
so I heard that too. So I'm like, so should Stephen King not write a black character because he's done that before? And I thought he did it.
So that means you're going to write a book that has nothing but white male characters, and that's not going to be very interesting, and it's not going to be very diverse, and it's not going to be very realistic. And so, I think do you do your research? Do you write in stereotypes, because that's all you've seen on TV?
Yeah.
Or do you actually research it and know these people, know how they live, know what their lives are like, that you can portray them accurately and fairly? That's what.
Although at the same time, though, sometimes sometimes things do happen in real life where maybe a sliver of that stereotype does happen. So it's like, well, okay. I mean, there's things that happen. Life is messy. It's complicated, you know?
Yeah, Kelly, that's what they were saying, in effect, is especially when you're talking about marginalized people, minorities, women, trans people, things like that, gay people, that especially white males shouldn't portray them, because when you're stealing their voice, you should allow them to write their own book so that you're not taking up the market and telling their stories for them, and you don't have that experience to write about it. So I understand that thought process, but I don't agree with it. I think if you put
I
in
don't
the
agree with that
research,
either, because you can get that
take
experience.
time
By
to
the way,
learn what you're talking about.
I mean, you can get that
You
experience.
just write it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
Sorry. But I agree with you. Like, I don't agree with that thought process, because it's possible to get that experience the same way like a classic journalist or whatever would, like, actually be part of that community and see how they live and I know become part of that culture a little bit if you want to have firsthand experience of
I
it.
say that because we're white guys.
Well, but you can though. But it's possible
So
to make
George
friends.
Lucas shouldn't have made a movie about Wookiees because he's not a Wookiee.
I know, right?
Fictional beings. So those are fictional beings, but if he made the Wookiees be, say, homosexual, then would that cross a line of where he's
No, it wouldn't cross
using
the
a
line.
fictional character to portray something real that he doesn't know anything about, and he's making them stereotypical, making them walk around like flamers or something?
Well, it would have crossed the line, and I'll tell you why. Because if he did his research and actually hanged out with a bunch of gay people and went down to the gay club, he would see, if you've ever been to a gay club, guess what? There are flamboyant gay people in the gay clubs. That happens. Gay pride parades. What do you see? So you can write about it. You just get some exposure in the community. Just talk to people, and you can do that as a white male. Believe it or not, people will talk to you. They want to share things with you. I know some people.
Everybody does. Everybody wants to talk about themselves. It's the easiest thing in the world to get another person's, point of view on something, because they're dying to tell other people about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is, except for killers.
You can't win for losing, really. Now, I mean, if you write something that has people in outside of your experience, then they're going to say you're appropriating or you're doing this or that. If you write something that doesn't have anybody like that in it, then you're lacking diversity and you're whitewashing and all that. So
they'll say that, and
you got to write your own voice and your own story and let people decide what they think of it.
And I wouldn't let they that say that about you determine what you do, because that's what happened with.
No, you can't.
Sorry.
Yeah, what was her name?
The author
what was her
of
name?
Blood Hair. I did a few videos on her. You think I'd remember her name? But
she let the mob. She let the mob talk her out of publishing her books. She's since changed her mind, and she's going forward with publishing. I don't know how significantly she's revising her book, but at least she's moving forward. She should not have given in.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree. I mean, art's got to be. It's got to take some chances. I know an author, that doesn't have any kids, but he writes a lot of kids' stories, and from all accounts that I've seen and when I've read, his mothers and kids read it and think he did a marvelous job of depicting how kids actually act and what they actually do. And so, but he's not around kids that much. He doesn't have any kids, but he pays attention. He sees things, he reads things, he talks to people, and he's got good insights, and so that's what it takes sometimes.
That's kind of the fundamental, basic building blocks of being a writer, observing other people.
Isn't it one of the building blocks of being a good human being is called empathy?
Empathy.
Maybe. If I had some, I could answer that question.
Oh, man.
But it sounds good.
So wait, actually, we are kind of over time a little bit, but I don't mind.
Yes, I think we have run a long time just jabbering.
Hey, but hey, this is fun. This is great. I was just going over people's answers on the angel thing, but it's as you would expect. The Bible tells me so. I think she's being coy, and then people are just having fun. Man, this release party has been great. You've sold a lot of books. It sounds like. Sold a few more while the show was on. Any more? Have we sold any more?
I'm not going to be buying the Maserati tomorrow, but we did pretty well.
Yeah.
It might take you a week.
My main goal was.
We want to know how you all know that R2D2 was gay and CP30 was gay.
Oh, C3PO is totally gay.
Oh, man, he's the gayest person in the whole series, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
that movie had incest and everything else in it. I mean,
R2D2, I could explain.
They were freaking droids.
Droids?
I mean,
wait, hold on. Wait, Becky.
Yeah.
Before you make yourself. Okay, hold on. Back up. Hold on. Time out.
Luke was banging his sister long before John and Nick together.
PC Police is here. PC Police. Robots can be gay. Okay? You hear
they
that?
identify as gay in their programming.
Metrosexual.
Metal sexual?
Yes. Oh, that sounds so cool. Metal sexual. Okay. Wait a second. That could be like metal sexual. That could be a thing. Oh, metro. Okay. I thought it was metal. Metal sounds cooler.
Seriously, I appreciate y'all doing this for me and Becky for all the hard work. Thank you, guys.
It's no problem. No problem. Anytime. I mean, anyone else, if you have a release party, just hit us up and I'll put my liver on the line for you and we'll talk about your book, talk about what you do, and we'll make a thing of it. It's fun. I enjoy it. I'm going to buy a copy of that book tomorrow.
Please do. Please do. And everybody that bought it, please review it. Those are so important on Amazon. They make such a big deal, and then they won't let us get some of them through, and, it's a pain. But that means that, people buy based on what they see in those reviews.
Okay. Now, last reminder for everyone who's watching the show right now, press that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. Tomorrow you can check out Real Monsters. It's going to have SK and Wes.
Yes.
And they're going to be talking about some Dracula
guy.
Dun,
dun, dun. Who? The Vampire of Dusseldorf. Yeah.
Still sounds
Dallas.
like what?
Dallas. Teresa Scott Matthews said, "Thank you, Dallas. We love you."
Well, I love you guys too, and Teresa's been great. She's helped me an awful lot. And all of my guys and my street team are just awesome.
That's good. That's good. You know what, guys? Everyone in the chat, I love you all. All right? I just said it. I said it. It might be the beer, the whiskey. But yeah, I appreciate your support. It means a lot to me.
Whiskey talk.
Yeah, it's whiskey talk. That's what it is. I got to drain the lizard real fast. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I gotta go outside and play banjo.
Pelvis.